All right, let's get started. The Sailing Stones of Death Valley. Rocks that move by themselves. In Death Valley, California, massive boulders weighing hundreds of pounds slide across the desert floor, leaving perfectly straight trails behind them. For decades, nobody had ever seen them move. They just found the rocks in new positions with mysterious trails carved into the hard ground. Scientists finally solved this in 2014 after 80 years of mystery. When rare rainstorms flood the valley, thin sheets of ice form overnight. When the sun comes up, these ice sheets break apart and get pushed by light winds, slowly shoving the rocks across the slippery mud. The rocks can move up to 15 feet per minute, but it happens so rarely that locals call it a once-in-a-lifetime event.
The Marfa Lights. In West Texas, near the town of Marfa, glowing orbs appear in the desert sky, dancing, splitting apart, and merging back together. These aren't headlights or aircraft. They've been documented since 1883, long before cars or planes existed. The Marfa Lights appear as basketball-sized glowing spheres that can be white, blue, yellow, or red. They split into two, hover for hours, then disappear completely. Scientists think they might be atmospheric mirages caused by sharp temperature differences between hot and cold air layers. Marfa sits at 4,688 feet elevation with 40 to 50 degree temperature swings between day and night. Despite all the effort to explain this phenomena, many sightings remain unexplained. But here's the thing, nobody can reproduce them or predict when they'll appear. Texas built an official viewing area because so many people drive hundreds of miles just hoping to see them.
Synchronous fireflies. In Great Smoky Mountains National Park, thousands of fireflies blink in perfect synchronization, creating a natural light show that looks like a living Christmas tree. This is one of the rarest phenomena on Earth. Only 19 species of fireflies out of 2,000 worldwide can synchronize their flashing. During a 2-week period in late May and early June, male Photinus carolinus fireflies flash in perfect unison to attract females. The entire forest floor pulses with light. 6 seconds of coordinated flashing, followed by 6 seconds of darkness, repeated all night long. This phenomenon is so rare and popular that the National Park Service runs a lottery system for viewing permits. Thousands of people apply to witness what scientists call one of the most spectacular natural phenomena in North America.
Mammatus clouds. Imagine looking up and seeing the sky melting toward you. Mammatus clouds are formations that hang down from the sky like massive pouches, creating an apocalyptic upside-down landscape above your head. These form when cold, dense air sinks through warmer air below, creating bulging pouches that can stretch a mile wide and dip down half a mile from the cloud base. They usually appear after severe thunderstorms in Tornado Alley states like Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. The name comes from the Latin word for breast because of their distinctive shape. Each pouch can weigh thousands of tons, hanging in the sky like nature's own upside-down mountain range. They're a sign the atmosphere is still violently unstable, so while they're beautiful, they mean dangerous weather isn't over.
Ball lightning. Glowing spheres of electricity that float through walls, bounce along the ground, and sometimes explode without warning. Ball lightning is one of the most mysterious atmospheric phenomena, reported across America, but barely understood by science. Witnesses describe basketball-sized glowing orbs that last 10 to 40 seconds, float at walking speed, and can pass through solid objects like windows and walls. They appear during thunderstorms but behave completely differently from regular lightning. The problem? Scientists can barely reproduce ball lightning in laboratories, let alone explain how it forms naturally. Some theories involve plasma physics, others suggest it's burning silicon particles from lightning strikes on soil. But after decades of study, ball lightning remains one of nature's unsolved mysteries that happens in the United States.
Ice tsunamis on the Great Lakes. Walls of ice 30 feet high suddenly rising from calm lake waters and crushing everything in their path. Ice tsunamis, or ice shoves, occur on the Great Lakes when powerful winds push floating ice sheets toward shore with unstoppable force. These ice walls can move at 25 feet per hour, bulldozing houses, flipping cars, and reshaping entire coastlines. Lake Superior, Lake Huron, and Lake Erie experience these phenomena when spring winds combined with breaking ice sheets. What makes them terrifying is how quickly they form. Residents report going to bed with calm water and waking up to find 20-foot walls of ice in their backyard. Unlike ocean tsunamis caused by earthquakes, ice tsunamis are powered by wind and can last for hours, continuously pushing more ice onto shore.
Morning glory roll clouds. Imagine a cloud shaped like a giant tube, hundreds of miles long, rolling across the landscape like nature's own steamroller. While morning glory clouds are most famous in Australia, they occasionally appear in the Americas, creating one of the most spectacular cloud formations on Earth. These roll clouds can stretch across multiple states, appearing as massive horizontal tubes that seem to roll through the sky. They form when cool, stable air gets trapped under warmer air layers, creating a horizontal, rotating cylinder of clouds. These clouds are so rare in America that storm chasers and glider pilots will drive thousands of miles when one is spotted. The clouds can produce lift strong enough for aircraft to ride like an invisible wave in the sky, creating what meteorologists call atmospheric surfing.
Snow donuts. Perfect circles of snow that roll themselves across fields, creating hollow cylinders that look like nature-made giant donuts out of winter weather. Snow donuts, or snow rollers, require such precise conditions that many meteorologists have never seen one in person. They need exactly the right temperature, around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, specific wind speeds, a thin layer of wet snow over icy ground, and a slope for rolling. Wind starts the process by lifting a chunk of snow, then continues pushing it along the ground as it rolls into a perfect cylinder. The hollow center forms because the inner layers are too weak to support the outer snow, creating these mysterious snow donuts scattered across fields after winter storms. They're reported most often in Ohio, Illinois, and other Midwest states, but are so rare that finding a field full of them makes national news.
Fire rainbows. Clouds that look like they're on fire with rainbow flames. Circumhorizontal arcs, nicknamed fire rainbows, create spectacular displays where entire sections of sky appear to burn with colorful fire. These aren't actually rainbows or fire. They're ice crystals in high-altitude clouds refracting sunlight like millions of tiny prisms. They only form when the sun is higher than 58 degrees above the horizon, so they're most common in northern states during summer months. When conditions align perfectly, entire cloud formations appear to burst into rainbow flames spanning miles across the sky. The effect is so dramatic that many people initially think they're witnessing something supernatural rather than an optical phenomenon.
The Taos hum, a mysterious humming sound that only some people can hear, driving them to the edge of madness. The Taos hum began in the early 1990s when residents of Taos, New Mexico started reporting a persistent, low-frequency droning noise that never stops. Here's what makes it truly bizarre. Only about 2% of Taos residents can hear it. Those who do describe it as sounding like a distant diesel engine, a low rumble, or electrical humming. The frequency ranges between 32 and 80 hertz, and it's more noticeable at night and indoors. The government conducted a week-long study in the 1990s, but found no source. No recording equipment has ever detected the sound, leading some to believe it's a neurological phenomenon. Others think it could be caused by tiny seismic waves or underground activity. For those who hear it, the Taos hum interferes with sleep, causes headaches, and creates genuine distress. Some people have moved away from Taos just to escape the sound. After 30-plus years of investigation, it remains one of America's most persistent, unexplained phenomena.
Gravity hills. Places where cars roll uphill by themselves and water flows backward. America has dozens of gravity hills where the laws of physics seem completely reversed.
The secret is optical illusion created by the surrounding landscape. What looks like an uphill slope is actually a gentle downhill grade, but trees, horizons, and rock formations create a visual reference that tricks your brain into thinking you're seeing the impossible. Spook Hill in Florida, Gravity Hill in Pennsylvania, and similar locations across America draw thousands of visitors who experience cars apparently defying gravity. Even though science explains these as optical illusions, the effect is so convincing that many people leave convinced they've witnessed something paranormal.
From Death Valley's moving rocks to New Mexico's phantom humming, the United States is home to phenomena that challenge everything we think we know about the natural world. Some mysteries get solved by science, others continue to baffle researchers decades later. Have you ever experienced any of these bizarre events? Drop your stories in the comments below. That's all for now. If you liked this video, stay tuned. I will be back soon with more.